Hello and welcome to week 10. This week we're going to focus in on what we've learned over the last 10 weeks regarding our own leadership style and how we utilize that in the workplace. One of the things that we also talk about is if you had 30 seconds in an elevator to describe leadership, how would you describe it based on some of the things that you learned? For me, as I think about describing leadership, I think about some of the key principles that Jack talks about of candor, right, of transparency, of differentiation, being able to really be supportive of people, but at the same time be really business focused and move the business along. And as I think about my career, one of the stories that I remember is where being a leader it's important to step back and be aware of your impact on others. And sometimes that you need to be open to learning, and those lessons will come in a variety of forms. So for me, years ago, I was heading up leadership development for UNICEF. And I was leading a group to create a new induction program for country leaders in 191 countries around the globe. And we were working on the program, and I had identified about 8 of some of our top country leaders to use as a group to create that induction program, onboarding, orientation. And we had our first meeting in Pretoria, South Africa. We were holding a leadership program there. And during the meeting, as I was talking about the purpose and what we wanted to accomplish, somebody in the group, their phone rang, and they picked up their phone and they proceeded to have a conversation, and they moved to a little bit off to the side of the room. But I remember being jet lagged from the whole trip to South Africa and being pretty, I guess my amygdala, in terms of emotional intelligence, was hijacked. And on a break, I went up to this individual and I said, I noticed that during the meeting, you picked up your phone. Is everything okay? And she said, well, why? And I said, well, we were talking about the purpose of the meeting, and I thought maybe you weren't engaged in what we were talking about, and you were more focused on whoever was on the other phone. So after, a little bit of a pause that seemed like, minutes, she said to me, well, I was on the phone because these folks, a terrorist organization had taken some child prisoners about a year ago, and they were about ready to negotiate to return those children back to their families. And then, of course, I heard that, and my first reaction was to, sink lower and lower, and but recognize that sometimes my assumptions and what I believe to be right, and also getting my amygdala hijacked are many of the things that as a leader I need to be aware of, because it significantly affects my ability to be successful. And in this particular situation, it was a great learning for me to step back and really understand the purpose and circumstances and concerns of everybody that I'm working with. So again, we're at week 10, one more week to go. Good luck with the case. If you have any questions for me, please reach out and have a great week.